Hey, hello. I wanted to do a quick video. Sam had asked on Facebook how the white pixels are charged and how that function works, so I figured I'd do a quick video on the second expansion and the mechanic it adds. So it adds a new color white, and if you look at the board, it's extended, that there's now a new row added to the board, so it's kind of got to overlap in this area. You can see now there's 7 heroes to choose from, and there's 2 white pixels amongst all the other colors, and more artifacts, more monsters, more spells, and there will be more quests and whatnot. But the new mechanic of this is you're going to start with one new item, and that's the ice pick. So whenever you have your 10 cards, you actually have to get rid of one item out of these. So you could just get rid of the ice pick if you don't want to deal with that. So let's just say I get rid of the sword because I see green minions are going to probably be easier, that I don't need the sword at the beginning. So that's the one I'll get rid of, and I just shuffle my deck like normal. So let's just kind of run through a turn of see what we got here. So I just have 5 copper, and every war room now has this frosted section. And artwork isn't done, so this is just a temporary visual. But I have 5, so I'll go ahead and buy a frost mage since he costs 4, and discard my hand, go over to the next person if there was somebody, and what you get is this ice pick. So what it can do, I can bring it up so people can see it a little clearer, is you have 2 different actions you can do with it, or not actions but options. Is you can either charge pixels, which you can pay 2 treasure to charge one by moving it up into that area, or you can play the chill effect where you can charge 2 pixels for free. So you'd have to exhaust it, then you can charge it. So in this situation, let's say I had 2 pixels here. I only have 2 treasures, and it costs 2 per pixel, so I could just charge 1 unless I had more money. But if I just pay the chill effect, I can charge 2 of them. And now they're both up in that area. So you can either charge or uncharge pixels. The other option is, let's say I didn't use the charge effect. Doesn't matter where pixels are, if you uncharge them, every pixel you bring back down is a card you can draw. So then I get to draw 2 more cards. So white's really slow at the beginning, like blue. And as you get more and more pixels and the game goes on, you could have 6 pixels up there and uncharge all of them to draw 6 additional cards, and you still have all your pixels to use however you want. So I'll just kind of bring these back to where they were for a moment. And this is almost handled just like the spell book, that gaining a spell or charging pixels doesn't affect your action. So since I only have 1, what I can do is use my 2 treasure to charge a pixel, and then I can exhaust it to trash a card. And I'll draw it out. So now my pixel's charged. And I have 4. I'll go ahead and grab a shapeshifter. Discard it. I'm just going to go through the cycle. So now I have the Frosted Mage's ability. You can see it has a glowing white pixel, so that means it has to be charged to play this ability, whereas Chill doesn't require that. So I'll go ahead and use the charged pixel, and that allows me to place an ice wall into an opponent's discard pile. So that means I can place this card here, where it's going to go through the rotation of their deck, and let's say it showed up in this hand as you'd reveal it. Whenever an ice wall shows up, it stays out in front of that player until they can break through it and kill a monster. As this ice wall requires 4 health when you fight. If you only had 3 health and you were able to kill a monster, you still need 4 to even fight something. Then once bosses are defeated and leaders are added to the game, you now need 7 health. So this will improve as the game progresses. And they can stack up to 2. So it could eventually become 14 health they have to have. So you can kind of see like the Frost Mage requires charged pixels because that's an empty card, and it's also a card they have to fight. So it's a much stronger than usual item. Whereas, let's say I had this Arctic Guardian, and let's throw some random pixels in here that I've acquired. Let's say I had this set up here, and these ones were charged. So this Arctic Guardian, what he does is he just requires a yellow and white. They don't have to be charged, but you get to draw cards based on how many charged pixels you have. So right now I have 3, and I'll pay this one and this one to activate Hibernate. And since I have 3 charged, I get to draw 2 cards. So that's kind of how white works, is They are more about build up and go all in when you want, and they're definitely a lot harder to play because you now, instead of just having 2 sections to work with, you now have 4 quadrants of this war room. That's also, if you look at the leader here, they require 2 charged white pixels, but it's an attack card that can't be stopped. Is you get to take a card from somebody, and if you uncharge the pixels, you remove that card from the game. So if you get a hold of their leader, there's absolutely nothing they can do about it, and you can choose if you want to uncharge your pixels and remove that card. But you can only do that to one card. In the game, that if you want to do it to another, they're going to get back that previous one. But yeah, that's kind of all I was going to show for the moment.